Good morning once again, and welcome to the Haven Financial Group radio show. Thanks for listening. Feel free to give us a call, 612-504-8400 or havenfinancialgroup.com. Shoot us an email at info@havenfinancialgroup.com. Check out our calendar of educational events. You're invited. Just by listening, you're invited. We'd love to have you. Pitfalls of hasty decisions. You know, human beings wouldn't do that, would they, Kim?
Never. I've never made a hasty decision. I don't know about you, Larry.
Probably a few just this week.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I mean, I think everybody understands. We start to hear some of these headlines. They are very scary. And you start thinking, wow, am I okay? And that is the great part about having a partner like Haven Financial Group, because you can call and say, am I okay? And they're going to walk you through it. But let's talk about what might happen if you don't have a partner and you hear those scary headlines and you start thinking, well, maybe I better do something. At least I'd feel in control if I did. So what are some of you think the most common pitfalls or rash decisions that people make when times are tough?
Well, when times are tough, news, internet until you just drive yourself crazy, which is what some people do. Headline trading, reacting to single news item, and or the internet on both sides of the aisle, radical left, radical right. It's unbelievable because the internet, it just spreads and spreads. It's about every week, it seems, I have somebody call me and they say, Larry, have you heard the news? No, what news? All the banks are going to be closed by Wednesday. Really? I wasn't aware of that. And this is, it sounds silly, but it happens almost every single week. I'm like, what's your source of news? You have to be careful. Don't overwhelm yourself. And then it can make you make bad decisions. Selling long-term assets to cover short-term expenses. That's why cash plan is such an important thing, to have liquid money so you're prepared for it. You know, calendar drifts, the timeline. Well, I missed this RMD age. Well, now you got a penalty. So missing that. So having a partner that can remind you of these timelines, not missing premiums, not missing these deadlines. Fourth quarter, we're doing tax discussions. We do it all year, but fourth quarter, what is your income? And do you have any room to do IRA distributions or IRA to Roth conversions, filling up that 12% tax bracket? Pay less tax now, or do you want to pay more later? Yeah, but we're not having these tax discussions. We are having these tax discussions to avoid unforced errors, missed opportunities, because conversations are not being had.
Right. Let's talk about a quick gut check before acting. I mean, that's what you guys do, right? You certainly hope that some of your clients, if they are feeling they have to make a change, they have to make a decision quickly, you're hoping they call you guys first, right? Let's walk through this. Let's talk about that.
Oh, so many things could be avoided if we applied some of these tests that I'm going to give you right now. The time test. Will this decision that you're thinking about making look smart 90 days from now? If not, slow down.
Right.
The purpose test. Does this action align with your goals, your financial goals, the plan that you've put together related to income, healthcare, legacy? Or is it just redoing your stress or anxiety today? Question mark. Apply the test. A rule test. Does it fit your plan or your preset rules that we've talked about? If you have a plan with us, your withdrawal order, where to draw from, your rebalancing, your tax thresholds. If not, why is this an exception to the rule? I'll give you number 4, a cost test. List the tangible cost. Is it cause tax realization? Do you lose interest because you cashed out the CD early? Do you have penalties that you weren't aware of? Surrender charges? Will it cause your premiums and Medicare to go up by making this decision versus the benefit you expect? Just had another person in this week. This couple, their advisor told them 2 years ago to do a big IRA to Roth conversion. Well, I'm glad they had the conversation. What they didn't apply it to was Medicare 2 years later. Oh. They had too much income caused by this IRA to Roth conversion, And now they're paying Medicare premiums that are way higher than they were supposed to. That's a big mistake. We want to avoid these mistakes. So applying these gut check tests will help you guide you. But you need somebody, a partner, to apply these tests, and because a lot of people just are not going to do them on their own. Emotions run over, and then, oh no, I made this decision. Be careful.
It's if you've been feeling this way and this is how you felt, you're certainly not alone. As Larry has said, he has had many people who are calling, and it's completely understandable during these really uncertain times. But it seems like to me, Larry, it's best if you, number one, are not checking your accounts and you're not checking everything every single day. And number two, you're sort of like scheduling when you're going to make a decision. I'm going to wait for, another week and a half. I'm going to wait for whatever before I really make a decision.
Yeah, time. Sometimes you just got to let time run its course rather than making knee-jerk reactions. Intraday decisions, on a whim decisions. Let time, but again, somebody to guide you, somebody to help you. This is what Haven, and I know there's others out there too that do a good job. There's others that don't do a good job. Or where does a financial advisory firm like us add value? We can build out the playbook. We can build out the plan. We can, whether it's cash flow, distribution, tax, investments, we can hold you accountable. You can call us to say, well, what do you think? And you know what? I like when they call me to say, ask me questions. Does this make sense? Does this not make sense? Because oftentimes it does make sense, and oftentimes it doesn't make sense. So just having a third party to challenge these fear-based moves, trade-offs, the taxes, and we just want to do the coordination. I say it all the time, the coordination of all these retirement topics. They should be coordinated, and sometimes they're not even close to being coordinated.
Mm-hmm. And if you have a great plan, sure, there's going to maybe need to be some adjustments along the way. And as we've said, you need to constantly be just checking. But if you have a great plan, Larry, you really can sort of weather these storms like a government shutdown.
Oh, most definitely. Failure to plan is a plan to fail. And a lot of people don't have a plan, and that's a problem. You have a good plan, a comprehensive plan, one that you monitor and you check in, and we're constantly watching. You can weather these storms easy. These things, this isn't the first time they've happened. It's not going to be the last time it's going to happen. So that, again, be careful of the news. Don't overwhelm yourself. Yes, an awareness and understanding is important, but just be careful with what you take in. Because, anxiety is high, fear is high. And I always say, my daughter is in college at the University of Kansas. She had a stressful week. I talked to her, and, I'm stressed out about this. I'm stressed about, hold on a minute. Faith, not fear. Faith, not fear. You got to have faith in something. Otherwise, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Take a deep breath here. It's going to be okay for sure. Yeah. So I think the takeaways today, Larry, really are that it's so important to be prepared when it comes to putting your plan together for all these bumps in the road. And sometimes they're going to present themselves like a government shutdown. Maybe they're going to be inflation. Maybe they're going to be something personal in your life, but they're going to happen.
They are going to happen. Retirement is similar. It hasn't changed. I've done this a very long time. And, at the end of the day, do you have all the puzzle pieces? When I say all the puzzle pieces, yes, we do have them all in-house at Haven. But, assessing that investment risk, stress test the portfolio. Most people don't have any idea how much risk they have until something bad with the market happens. How do you manage these? How do you rebalance? Social Security and tax. When's a good time to take it? I had a couple in this week. He was bound and determined he was going to turn Social Security on at 62. Well, our job isn't to steer him any direction, but he left our office going, wow, if I would have made that decision, that would have been a really bad decision. So we helped in that process. Lance, taxes, I've never seen a CPA that likes to make sure Uncle Sam doesn't get any more than they deserve. Carrie and Keith, our estate planning attorneys, we're going to be, actually, we have another class coming up, Wills, Trusts, and Legacy Planning. A great class. It's going to be in Lakeville. Long-term care and life insurance. Who wants to talk about that stuff? Well, it's important, and Glenn and Isabel at the office do that. I mentioned it's annual enrollment for Medicare. Shop it out because your plan might not even exist, and you want to make sure you don't miss timelines that can prove very costly. Sound overwhelming? It doesn't have to be. Have a good partner that you can lean on, that there's no quotas to how many times you can come in. And at Haven Financial Group, that is our mission and our goal, to provide the best service we possibly can.
612-504-8400. That's how you get hold of the folks at Haven Financial Group. Let me give you the number again. It's 612-504-8400. And don't forget to check the website, havenfinancialgroup.com. Larry, thank you.
Thank you, Kim. We'll see you next week.